Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Mind Coach Library. I'm so incredibly glad you're here with me today. In this space, we explore the depths of our potential, seeking wisdom and strength to navigate life's incredible journey. Today, we're diving into a topic that I believe holds the key to unlocking not just business success, but also profound personal fulfillment. The top 5 traits every entrepreneur must master for success. Whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned leader looking to reignite your spark, these insights are for you. So settle in, open your heart, and let's embark on this transformative exploration together. In the bustling world of entrepreneurship, where dreams are forged and challenges are met with unwavering spirit, there are certain qualities that consistently emerge as the bedrock of lasting success. It's not just about brilliant ideas or market timing, it's about who you become in the process. It's about cultivating an inner landscape that can withstand storms and celebrate triumphs with equal grace. We've delved deep into the wisdom of countless successful individuals and leading institutions to bring you these 5 essential traits. These aren't just buzzwords, they are profound principles that, when embraced, can truly reshape your entrepreneurial journey and, indeed, your life. Let's begin with our first and perhaps most fundamental trait. 1. Resilience, persistence, and grit. My dear friends, if there's one quality that echoes through the stories of every great entrepreneur, it is resilience, persistence, and grit. These 3 words, while distinct, weave together to form an unbreakable spirit that refuses to be defeated. Think of it as the unwavering flame within you that continues to burn brightly, even when faced with the fiercest winds of adversity. It's the courage to keep going when every fiber of your being screams to stop, the wisdom to learn from every stumble, and the unyielding belief that your vision is worth every ounce of effort. Let's unpack this a little. Resilience is your ability to bounce back. Life, and especially the entrepreneurial path, will inevitably throw curveballs. There will be rejections, setbacks, failures, and moments of profound doubt. A resilient entrepreneur doesn't pretend these don't hurt or don't sting. They acknowledge the pain, they process the disappointment, but then they find a way to stand back up, dust themselves off, and re-engage with the challenge. It's not about avoiding failure, it's about how quickly and effectively you recover from it. Imagine a tree bending in strong wind but not breaking. That's resilience. It's about adapting to pressure and regaining your original form, often stronger than before. Then there's persistence. This is the steady, continuous effort towards a goal despite difficulties, obstacles, or discouragement. It's the daily grind, the consistent action, the refusal to give up on your long-term vision even when immediate results are nowhere in sight. Many aspiring entrepreneurs have brilliant ideas, but only those with persistence will see them through the arduous stages of development, market entry, and growth. It's the marathon, not the sprint. It's showing up every single day, putting in the work, and trusting that your consistent efforts will eventually compound into something magnificent. Think of the sculptor who chips away at a block of marble day after day until the masterpiece emerges. Their persistence is what brings the vision to life. And finally, grit. Grit is that deep-seated passion and perseverance toward long-term goals. It's having stamina. It's sticking with your future day in, day out, not just for the week, not just for the month, but for years, and working really hard to make that future a reality. Grit is living life like it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's the unwavering commitment to your purpose, even when the path is unclear and the rewards seem distant. It's the inner fire that fuels your persistence and strengthens your resilience. Angela Duckworth, a renowned psychologist, defines grit as the tendency to sustain interest in an effort toward very long-term goals. It's not just about effort, it's about directed, sustained effort. It's about falling down 7 times and getting up 8. It's about believing in your mission so deeply that temporary setbacks are merely detours, not dead ends. So how do we cultivate this powerful triad of resilience, persistence, and grit? It begins with understanding that failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. Every successful entrepreneur has a graveyard of failed attempts, pivots, and missteps. What distinguishes them is their response to these moments. They analyze, they learn, they adapt, and they move forward. They don't dwell in self-pity, they engage in self-correction. They build a strong support system, both personally and professionally, to lean on during tough times. They practice self-compassion, understanding that the entrepreneurial journey is inherently challenging and that it's okay to not be okay sometimes. But crucially, they never lose sight of their ultimate vision. They keep their why at the forefront of their minds, allowing it to be the beacon that guides them through the darkest nights. Remember, my dear ones, your capacity for resilience, persistence, and grit is not fixed. It's a muscle that strengthens with every challenge you overcome, every obstacle you navigate, and every time you choose to rise again. Embrace the struggle, for it is in the struggle that your true strength is revealed. Now let's move on to our second essential trait. 2. Strategic thinking and innovation. Our second vital trait, my friends, is the powerful combination of strategic thinking and innovation. In a world that is constantly shifting and evolving, merely having a good idea is no longer enough. To truly thrive as an entrepreneur, you must possess the foresight to see beyond the immediate horizon and the creativity to forge new paths where none existed before. This isn't just about being clever. It's about a disciplined approach to envisioning the future and then systematically working backward to make that vision a reality, all while embracing novelty and continuous improvement. Let's first explore strategic thinking. This is the ability to plan for the long term, to anticipate market trends, to understand the competitive landscape, and to position your venture for sustainable growth. It involves stepping back from the day-to-day operations and asking the big questions. Where are we going? Why are we going there? What resources do we need? What potential challenges lie ahead, and how can we prepare for them? A strategic thinker doesn't just react to events. They proactively shape their destiny. They can connect seemingly disparate pieces of information, identify patterns, and formulate a coherent roadmap. This often means making tough choices about what not to do, focusing resources where they will have the greatest impact, and understanding that short-term gains should always align with long-term objectives. It's like being the captain of a ship, not just steering it through the waves, but charting the entire course, understanding the currents, and preparing for potential storms long before they appear on the horizon. Complementing strategic thinking is innovation. Innovation at its heart is about bringing new ideas, methods, or products into existence. But it's crucial to understand that innovation isn't always about inventing something entirely new. Sometimes the most impactful innovations come from improving existing solutions, finding novel applications for current technologies, or reimagining how a service is delivered. It's about seeing problems not as roadblocks, but as opportunities for creative solutions. An innovative entrepreneur is constantly asking, how can we do this better? How can we create more value for our customers? What unmet needs can we address in a unique way? This requires a curious mind, a willingness to experiment, and a comfort with challenging the status quo. It means fostering an environment where new ideas are welcomed, even if they seem unconventional at first. It's about being a pioneer, not just a follower, and understanding that stagnation is the enemy of progress. Together, strategic thinking and innovation form a dynamic duo. Strategic thinking provides the framework and direction, while innovation fuels the engine of progress within that framework. Without strategy, innovation can be scattered and ineffective. Without innovation, strategy can become rigid and outdated. The most successful entrepreneurs are those who can seamlessly weave these two traits together, using their strategic vision to guide their innovative efforts and allowing their innovative spirit to inform and refine their strategic plans. They understand that the market is a living, breathing entity, and to stay relevant, they must continuously learn, adapt, and create. They are not afraid to disrupt themselves before others disrupt them. To cultivate strategic thinking, practice foresight. Read widely, observe trends, and engage in critical analysis of various industries. Ask yourself, what if questions to explore different scenarios. To foster innovation, embrace curiosity. Challenge your own assumptions, seek diverse perspectives, and create space for experimentation. Remember, every great leap forward began with a single, innovative thought guided by a clear and compelling strategy. Your ability to master this combination will not only set you apart, but will also ensure that your venture remains vibrant and impactful for years to come. Now, let us turn our attention to the third essential trait. 3. Adaptability and flexibility. My dear friends, our third essential trait is one that is becoming increasingly vital in our fast-paced, ever-changing world: adaptability and flexibility. The entrepreneurial journey is rarely a straight line. It is a winding path filled with unexpected turns, unforeseen challenges, and surprising opportunities. The ability to navigate this terrain with grace and agility is what separates those who merely survive from those who truly thrive. It is the capacity to embrace change, not as a threat, but as a natural and necessary part of growth. Let's first consider adaptability. This is your ability to adjust your course of action in response to new information or changing circumstances. It's about recognizing that your initial plan, no matter how well conceived, is likely to encounter unforeseen obstacles. An adaptable entrepreneur doesn't cling rigidly to their original strategy when it's clear that a different approach is needed. Instead, they remain open to feedback, they learn from their experiences, and they are willing to pivot when necessary. This might mean altering a product feature based on customer feedback, shifting a marketing strategy in response to a competitor's move, or even completely rethinking a business model when the market landscape changes. Adaptability is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of profound strength and wisdom. It is the recognition that in a dynamic world, the ability to evolve is essential for survival and success. Closely related to adaptability is flexibility. While adaptability is about adjusting your actions, flexibility is about adjusting your mindset. It's about being open to new ideas, different perspectives, and alternative ways of doing things. A flexible entrepreneur is not dogmatic. They don't believe that their way is the only way. They're willing to listen to their team, to learn from their customers, and to consider unconventional solutions. This mental flexibility allows them to see opportunities where others see only problems. It enables them to build diverse and dynamic teams, where different viewpoints are not just tolerated, but actively encouraged. A flexible mindset also helps in managing the inherent uncertainty of entrepreneurship. When you're flexible, you are less likely to be thrown off balance by unexpected events. You can roll with the punches, so to speak, and find creative solutions to challenges as they arise. Together, adaptability and flexibility create a powerful synergy. They allow you to be both responsive and resilient. You can navigate the inevitable ups and downs of the entrepreneurial journey with a sense of calm and confidence, knowing that you have the capacity to adjust and evolve. This doesn't mean being directionless or constantly changing your mind. It means having a clear vision, but being flexible in how you get there. It's about being committed to your destination, but willing to take different routes if the original path becomes blocked. To cultivate adaptability and flexibility, start by embracing a growth mindset. Believe that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. This will make you more open to learning and more willing to embrace challenges. Practice active listening. Seek out different perspectives and try to understand them even if you don't agree with them. And finally, don't be afraid to experiment. Try new things, take calculated risks, and be willing to learn from your mistakes. The more you step outside of your comfort zone, the more adaptable and flexible you will become. Remember, the strongest trees are not the most rigid, but those that can bend with the wind. In the world of entrepreneurship, your ability to bend without breaking will be one of your greatest assets. Let's now explore our fourth essential trait. 4. Decisive decision-making and calculated risk-taking. Our fourth essential trait, my dear friends, is a powerful and often misunderstood one: decisive decision-making and calculated risk-taking. The entrepreneurial path is paved with choices, big and small, that will shape the destiny of your venture. The ability to make these decisions with confidence and clarity, and to embrace the inherent risks with wisdom and courage, is a hallmark of every successful leader. It is about taking the helm of your ship and steering it with a steady hand, even when the waters are choppy and the destination is not yet in sight. Let's first talk about decisive decision-making. As an entrepreneur, you will be faced with a constant stream of decisions, from strategic pivots to daily operational choices. The ability to make these decisions in a timely and effective manner is crucial. Indecisiveness can lead to missed opportunities, wasted resources, and a loss of momentum. A decisive entrepreneur is not someone who makes rash or impulsive choices. Rather, they are someone who can gather the necessary information, weigh the pros and cons, consider the potential consequences, and then make a clear and confident decision. They understand that in many cases, a good decision made today is better than a perfect decision made next week. They are also willing to stand by their decisions and take responsibility for the outcomes, whether they are positive or negative. This decisiveness provides a sense of direction and stability for the entire team, and it builds trust and confidence in your leadership. Now, let's turn to calculated risk-taking. The very act of starting a business is a risk. You are venturing into the unknown, often with your own resources on the line. However, successful entrepreneurs are not reckless gamblers. They are calculated risk takers. This means that they are willing to take risks, but only after they have carefully assessed the potential rewards and the potential downsides. They do their homework, they conduct their research, and they take steps to mitigate the risk as much as possible. For example, before launching a new product, they might conduct market research to validate the demand. Before making a significant investment, they might create a detailed financial model to project the potential returns. Calculated risk-taking is about finding the sweet spot between playing it too safe and being too reckless. It's about having the courage to step outside of your comfort zone, but also having the wisdom to look before you leap. Decisive decision-making and calculated risk-taking are two sides of the same coin. You cannot be a decisive decision-maker without being willing to take some level of risk, and you cannot be a successful risk-taker without being able to make clear and confident decisions. Together, these two traits create a powerful engine for progress. They allow you to seize opportunities, to navigate challenges, and to keep your venture moving forward. They are the driving force behind innovation and growth. To cultivate these traits, start by building your confidence. Trust in your ability to make good decisions. Learn from your past experiences, both the successes and the failures. When faced with a decision, gather the necessary information, but don't get bogged down in analysis paralysis. Set a deadline for making the decision and then stick to it. When it comes to risk-taking, start small. Take on manageable risks and learn from the outcomes. As you build your confidence in your experience, you can gradually take on bigger and more significant risks. And always remember, the goal is not to avoid risk altogether, but to manage it wisely. Every great achievement in history was a result of a calculated risk. Your willingness to embrace this principle will be a key determinant of your entrepreneurial success. Finally, let's explore our fifth and final essential trait. 5. Self-awareness and leadership. Our fifth and final trait, my dear friends, is a deeply personal and profoundly impactful one: self-awareness and leadership. While the other traits we've discussed are crucial for navigating the external world of business, this one is about mastering your inner world and inspiring others to join you on your journey. It is about understanding who you are, what you stand for, and how you can bring out the best in those around you. It is the heart and soul of true entrepreneurial success. Let's begin with self-awareness. This is the foundation upon which all great leadership is built. It is the ability to see yourself clearly and objectively, to understand your strengths and weaknesses, your values and beliefs, your passions and your fears. A self-aware entrepreneur knows what they are good at, and they focus on leveraging those strengths. They also know where they are weak, and they are not afraid to seek help or to build a team that complements their skills. They are in tune with their emotions, and they understand how their feelings can impact their decisions and their interactions with others. This self-awareness allows them to lead with authenticity and integrity. They are not trying to be someone they are not. They are comfortable in their own skin, and this creates a sense of trust and psychological safety for their team. They are also open to feedback, and they are committed to continuous personal growth. They understand that the more they know themselves, the more effective they can be as leaders. Building on the foundation of self-awareness is leadership. Leadership is not about having a title or a position of authority. It is about inspiring and empowering others to achieve a common goal. A true leader is a visionary who can articulate a compelling picture of the future and rally others to join them in making that vision a reality. They are a coach who can bring out the best in their team members, helping them to grow and develop their skills. They are a servant who is more concerned with the success of the team than with their own personal glory. They lead by example, demonstrating the values and work ethic that they expect from others. They communicate openly and honestly, they listen with empathy, and they create a culture of trust and collaboration. They understand that their success is inextricably linked to the success of their team, and they are committed to creating an environment where everyone can thrive. Self-awareness and leadership are deeply intertwined. You cannot be an effective leader without a strong sense of self-awareness, and the process of leading others will inevitably teach you more about yourself. Together, these two traits create a virtuous cycle of growth and impact. The more you understand yourself, the better you can lead others, and the more you lead others, the more you will learn about yourself. This is the path to creating not just a successful business, but a lasting legacy. To cultivate self-awareness, practice mindfulness and reflection. Take time each day to check in with yourself, to notice your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Seek feedback from trusted friends, mentors, and colleagues. Be open to hearing how others perceive you, even if it is difficult. To develop your leadership skills, start by taking on small leadership roles. Practice communicating your vision, motivating others, and providing constructive feedback. And most importantly, always lead with empathy and compassion. Remember that everyone on your team is a unique individual with their own hopes, fears, and dreams. Your ability to connect with them on a human level will be the key to unlocking their full potential. Conclusion and call to action. And there you have it, my dear friends, the top 5 traits every entrepreneur must master for success. We've journeyed through the unwavering spirit of resilience, persistence, and grit, the visionary power of strategic thinking and innovation, the agile grace of adaptability and flexibility, the confident courage of decisive decision-making and calculated risk-taking, and the profound wisdom of self-awareness and leadership. These are not just abstract concepts. They are the living, breathing qualities that will empower you to build a business and a life of meaning and impact. As you move forward on your entrepreneurial path, I encourage you to reflect on these traits. Which ones resonate most deeply with you? Which ones do you feel called to cultivate more fully in your own life? Remember, this is a journey, not a destination. Be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself, and celebrate every step of progress, no matter how small. You have within you the capacity to achieve extraordinary things. Believe in yourself, believe in your vision, and never ever give up on your dreams. Thank you for sharing this time with me today. If this message has resonated with you, I would be so grateful if you would like this video, subscribe to Mind Coach Library for more content like this, and share it with anyone who you think might benefit from these insights. And I would love to hear from you in the comments below. What other traits do you believe are essential for entrepreneurial success? Are there any topics you'd like us to explore in future videos? Your voice, your story, and your wisdom are so valued here. Until next time, my friends, keep shining your beautiful light. The world is waiting for you.